So I got to get my hustle on.
Yo, what's good, guys? Your boy Jason JV here, doing another reaction style video. You know what I'm saying? This time for my man The Assemble, who's been, covering the WWE 2K22 news. You know what I'm saying? And this time my man's gonna be touching on the universe mode changes, and then of course the new roster reveal as well. And so yeah, can't wait to get into this one, because I know my man he kind of looking a little sleepy eyed right there. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say we go ahead and wake him up by liking the hit.
Today on the show, more WWE 2K22 roster reveals are in, and we're going to take a look at Universe Mode and some of the changes that we are going to see, because there is a big one that's going to be in this year's game. Let's go!
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to have you here on the show. Let's get into it. We got two superstars that are making their way to 2K22 confirmed. Not a surprise. The first up, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has an overall rating in the game of 91.
Which I find strange. I thought they were gonna give him more. I mean, because Drew is a bigger dude, and he is freakishly strong. You know what I mean? I would have put him up to like somewhere between like a 94 and 95. But I mean, I'm sure they're gonna have it where you can adjust all their attributes. You know what I'm saying? Like they've done that in so many games now in the past. I don't see why they wouldn't do it for this one. But anyway.
Way to go, Drew, on your ranking, and you're going to be up there in the upper echelon of superstars, aren't you? Next one has just come out, and we have Bianca Belair, who is getting an overall rating of 86. Pretty good, probably.
Bianca Belair can pick up someone the size of Otis, and you give her 86. I mean, she's got freakish strength too, man.
Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Bianca's rating? I personally would go a little bit higher for Bianca there, but she's on the precipice of getting up into that women's championship WrestleMania moment. She's probably gonna get up there, guys, so I'm pretty excited. Now that we got the reveals out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Universe Mode. Something that I thoroughly enjoy every single year, even though it has its limitations and it could get dull sometimes.
And like I said, past videos in regards to the WWE games, man, I always enjoyed Universe Mode myself, and it's just the only thing that really aggravates me about Universe Mode, if anything, is that when you try to set up a storyline, you know what I mean, with your roster, the game wants to change things on you, you know what I mean, or it wants to dictate who should be involved in these rivalries and stuff. And yeah, and I always hated that. Hopefully, this is more fan friendly, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully this game is more responsive as to what we the players want to do with our storylines. Yeah, I mean, let's go.
But you get to have the creative freedom to be able to build it however you want, to build that sandbox of whatever promotion you want to do. You want some GCW, you want some AEW, you want to do old school WWF.
Which, like I said, I don't know if I want to implement AEW in my Universe Mode, because, I mean, we're getting the AEW video game, so it would seem kind of pointless to put AEW in WWE 2K game at this point. But, I mean, hey, to each their own, man. You do what you want in your Universe Mode. Don't let me, get in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? We all have a right to play these games however we like. You know what I mean?
Do whatever you want. You follow the current product. There's a lot of options when it comes to Universe Mode. That's the fun of it, is be able to do whatever you want in that mode. But 2K22 is updating it, and one of the biggest updates is going to be that Superstar mode that they've talked about in some of the interviews. Lionel Jinx did an interview with Forbes writer Brian Mazik talking about,
which, by the way, I did a reaction video for that Devs interview. That Operation Sports, I believe is the name of the channel. I know it's a pretty lengthy video. My apologies for that. You know what I mean? But I'm someone who likes to have the source, you know what I'm saying, close by, so that way, if y'all want to go watch that reaction video, you have it there. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the link for the original interview is in that video's description. So better yet, if you want to go watch that interview, you're more than welcome to do so.
About GM mode, Universe mode, and a few other things, but when they talked briefly about Universe mode, we found out the following. When they're talking about Universe versus GM mode, Lionel says, quote, "It's completely different. It's totally separate engine, totally separate UI. So the way I look at Universe, it's kind of God mode, right? Where you're like, I'm in control of all this. I can control my ratings and changing my attributes.
Yes.
You have full control over everything."
Yep.
Now, what's really cool this year is they are adding in Superstar mode. And this is going to be able to change things up quite a bit. And I'm pretty excited about how they're going to do this. Lionel says in the interview the following, quote, "Okay, we did add Superstar mode, so it basically plays a lot, so like you might choose to do the traditional, what you have just described with Universe mode or Superstar mode. So like, okay, I want to choose Charlotte Flair and just focus on Charlotte Flair, not have any control over anything else and just play through a cool story as Charlotte, or you want to switch it up and, you know, be Becky or Bayley like that." We've seen this in the Hit List trailer too, where you have focus on AJ Styles and Triple H as the general manager of everything. So we can go in and actually select AJ, Charlotte, Becky, whoever you want to play as, and focus in on them for the main character, main focus of your Universe mode.
But now here's what I have a question though. Here's where I question this new mode. Because you know, in Universe mode, you can implement your cause or cast, whatever you want to call them, your creative wrestler, creative superstar, however you want to refer to them. Now they said you can play as, you know, these superstars, but does that also include your creative superstar? Like, can you switch up into superstar mode and play as your creative superstar if you wanted to? I think Lionel addressed that. I'm not too sure, but this is why I'm glad I have my reaction to that interview, because I'm pretty sure he addressed that, and I'm pretty sure he said you can play as anybody that's involved in the Universe mode, and hopefully that would include your creator wrestler. You know what I'm saying? To kind of like, you know how, like, okay, like say like you're in your My Rise, right, and you're playing as your creative superstar or whatever in the My Rise, you're my player, right, and you wanna, and obviously they're probably gonna let you import them, you know what I mean, into your main roster, and that way you can use them for any other mode, whether it's in an exhibition match, Universe mode, My GM, and what have you. So can you play as the My player in the superstar mode, that to have like this continuation from where the My Rise story like ends off? You know what I'm saying? I think that would be freaking dope if you can make like some kind of series where you start out in the My Rise and then you switch over to the Universe mode as your My player, and kind of have that story continue. You know what I'm saying?
This has me very intrigued and very excited, because to be able to go through it means that we could have more specific cutscenes to the game. We can actually switch it up and toggle between just focusing on different storylines. What also has me curious, and maybe you guys are like me with this, I want to be able to go in there and have a Becky versus Bianca storyline where the two of them are going head to head in a long-term rivalry, and I want to be able to focus on Becky for a little while, maybe a month or so.
And another thing I would like to do too is I would like to be able to have it where, let's say if I want to create a faction, right, in Universe mode, and I want a certain superstar to kind of, you know, initiate the process in creating this faction. You know what I mean? Start out with a tag team and then grow the faction from there. Will I be able to do that as I'm following this particular superstar in this My Player or in the superstar mode in Universe mode? Like, is that possible? You know what I mean? Won't know for sure until obviously we get the game, but I wish they would have really touched on all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because then here's what I'm thinking too. Because then what they could have done is they could have brought back that whole, you know, walking backstage thing where you can interact with other superstars backstage, and then that way if you want to start a faction with somebody, you can find that person backstage somewhere and then talk to them, and then boom, that's how you get your faction storyline going. You know what I mean? Or is that all gonna have to be taken care of in the My Faction mode, and then can you import the faction you create in the My Faction mode into your Universe/Superstar mode?
And then I can toggle and switch over to Bianca and focus on her in the same rivalry. If they're allowing us to do that, that is a great added feature to be able to have into Universe Mode, because frankly, Universe Mode, while it is fun and it is a blank canvas, you can do whatever you want, it gets repetitive when you can't really do much more than create that open sandbox. Having GM mode,
and he's not wrong there. I mean, you're basically replaying the same year over and over and over and over again, with you trying to create new storylines, but then it's kind of hard to create, you know, new storylines when you have the same cutscenes, you know what I mean, that over and over again. And especially when you had like those promos too, like and that's another thing too in regards to the promos. I hope they have pre-recorded, you know, promos, you know what I mean, so that way we can hear the voices in the promo segments rather than having to read the text that be going by so damn quick. I'm just saying.
Mode in there is really going to help balance things out for this game this year. And while GM mode might have some limitations out of it, Universe mode, if it's got a fresh coat of paint and they've added Superstar mode in there, I like the idea of just following Roman Reigns' title reign that I can set up, and I can change it however I want, tweak it however I want. The big thing is, though, for me, I want to be able to have more cutscenes in the game. This was a big downfall of Universe mode over the years, where 2K has talked about having more cutscenes, more added cutscenes, changing storylines, you know, shifting and moving over time, and I've noticed that it's just not even there. I noticed for 2K20, they even hyped it up, I remember that, and they talked about adding in more cutscenes into Universe mode, and it really never happens. And when you do get some cutscenes, it's a lot of repetition, it's a lot of the same old.
Exactly.
My hope is that if you are playing traditional Universe or you want to do Superstar mode, my real hope here is that we can have more cutscenes tailored to your star, so you get more out of it. That gives the mode more.
Yeah, if we can have some like personalized cutscenes that are being dictated by how the story is playing out, you know what I mean, that would be fire.
Or mileage, that keeps players engaged, and it really does freshen things up. The other thing I want to see from Universe mode, and I hope they do change this, is actually have 5 rivalries instead of 4. They keep increasing it like every year, where they add one more.
Not only do I want increased number of rivalries, but also increased number of matches. Now, to be fair, they did try to give us the higher match count in WWE 2K20. It went from 7 to like, I think 19 was the last one, where you can do up to like 7 matches on in the match card, and then 20 it's like up to 9 and everything. So I hope we can get more, like up to like 10 or so. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, these shows are already. Well, Monday Night Raw, I believe, is 3 hours long, and I think SmackDown Live is still 2 hours long, if memory serves. So, and I want the number of matches to really reflect that.
What I need to have them do is actually set up like 5 to make things a little bit better, and potentially give us like 3-on-3 rivalries.
Especially when you have more than 3 title divisions on these shows. It makes all the sense in the world to have a rivalry that surrounds, you know, mostly surrounding around every title you have on the show, like your male's main event title. You know what I mean? Like whether it's the Universal title or the WWE title, the mid card title, Intercontinental and or US, and then your tag division as well, and then of course you got the women's division. You know what I mean? So you have. Right there, you have your 4 rivalries, which, okay, 2K20 did give us that, but then now we got the women's tag team titles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we should at least have 5 different rivalries. You know what I mean? Based, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like the titles being involved and whatnot. I don't know. Anyway,
there's a lot of factions we want to be able to do, and if it's in AEW or WWE, like the New Day, I want to be able to put all 3 of them into an actual, you know, rivalry between them and the Bloodline, and do something like that. If they can open it up a little bit more, gives players more freedom and allows them to enjoy it even more. But Superstar mode looks like a lot of fun within Universe mode. I'm excited. What else do you guys want to see from Universe mode? And stay tuned to the channel, because we'll have more updates. And if you want to learn more about things like GM mode, I got this video right here for you. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Alright, y'all, so that was my man Matt from the Assemble channel talking about, of course, Universe mode changes, and then of course a new roster reveal and what have you. And yeah, I really like how my man, you know what I mean, was was really going in depth in this whole thing about universe mode, the superstar mode, and everything. Because when I was watching this, upon my first initial watch of this, all these questions that I asked here on this video, that was something that I had on my mind that I wanted to share with y'all, and you know what I mean, to see how you guys would feel. You know what I mean? Again, in regards to superstar mode, would I be able to follow, you know, the my players from the My Rise storyline if I import them, you know, from the My Rise into the main part of the game and implement them into the universe mode roster? You know what I'm saying? And then can I, then regardless of which superstar I play as, whether it's a my player or or someone, a real legit superstar from the main roster, you know what I'm saying, can I use any one of them, including the my player, to start up a stable, start up a faction in the superstar mode? You know what I mean? And can I do this in universe mode? Because I know in universe mode originally you can only use your player to start up a tag team, and then you would have to manually add more members to your tag team to make it a full-on stable or faction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's just so much potential that comes with this new superstar mode that I hope that they keep implementing into these games, and really, you know, really play around with that. You know what I mean? To kind of give us more things to do, to kind of keep our excitement, you know what I mean, and to get more mileage, as Matt said, you know what I mean, in the universe mode / superstar mode. But yeah, pretty much my overall thoughts on this whole situation. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Let me know if there's anything that you would like to see happen in this universe mode / new stupid superstar mode. You know what I mean? Let's have a nice little chat about it in the comment section down below. And till next video, y'all have a blessed one. I catch y'all next one. Oh, don't forget, check out all the links in the description down below. I got the link for the main channel down there as well, and some other cool stuff, and that would be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, till the next one, y'all have a blessed one. All right, peace.